Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the most fascinating predictions about the future made by ancient civilizations. From medical marvels to celestial forecasts, we'll unearth how these past perspectives continue to shape our present. Get ready for a cosmic journey through time as we unravel the mysteries of ancient prophecies and their impact on our modern world. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Let's travel back to the time of the pharaohs, where the ancient Egyptians weren't just building pyramids, they were pioneers in the world of medicine. We often think of surgery and mummification as ancient practices, but they were astonishingly advanced for their time. Imagine the Egyptians 4,000 years ago performing complex surgeries, setting bones, and even developing prosthetics. Their understanding of anatomy, gleaned from the practice of mummification, was surprisingly accurate. These ancient healers were making leaps and bounds in medical knowledge. They developed sophisticated treatments for wounds, even performing surgeries that would seem impressive even today. Take their practice of trepanation, a surgical procedure where they created a hole in the skull to relieve pressure on the brain. It sounds almost barbaric, but it was a surprisingly effective procedure for its time. And then there's mummification, a process designed to preserve the body for the afterlife. But think about the anatomical knowledge required to develop such a complex procedure. They knew how to remove organs, prevent decay, and even preserve the features of the deceased. These techniques, while seemingly focused on the afterlife, provided them with an understanding of the human body that was centuries ahead of their time. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, an ancient Egyptian medical text dating back to 1600 BC, reads like a modern medical textbook. It describes surgical cases, diagnoses, and even treatments for various ailments. This remarkable document shows a systematic approach to medicine that resonates even today. Now think about how these ancient practices foreshadowed modern medicine. The Egyptians' focus on hygiene, their understanding of anatomy, and their surgical interventions were all precursors to the medical advancements we enjoy today. They may not have had the same technology, but their spirit of inquiry and their drive to understand the human body were truly ahead of their time. Their practices weren't just about treating the living, they were about understanding life itself. By studying the preserved bodies, they gained insights into diseases, anatomy, and even the process of decomposition. This thirst for knowledge, this desire to push the boundaries of what was known, is a hallmark of scientific progress that echoes through the ages. Think about it. These were people living millennia ago, yet their innovations in medicine laid the groundwork for future generations of healers and physicians. They may not have called it science back then, but their meticulous observations, their willingness to experiment, and their dedication to healing were truly remarkable. The ancient Egyptians remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is timeless. Their story is a testament to the power of human curiosity and our enduring fascination with understanding the world around us, even ourselves. The Mayans, those enigmatic architects of the ancient Americas, are often associated with their intricate calendar and their predictions about the end of the world. But their understanding of time wasn't about doom and gloom, it was about cycles, patterns, and the interconnectedness of all things. Their calendar system, far from being a simple timekeeping device, was a complex and sophisticated system that reflected their deep understanding of astronomy and mathematics. They tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and planets with incredible accuracy, using their observations to develop a calendar that spanned millennia. Imagine the patience, the dedication required to make such accurate observations without the aid of modern telescopes or computers. And while the supposed prediction of the end of the world in 2012 has long since passed, their fascination with cycles and their deep connection to the natural world offer a valuable lesson for us today. They understood that nature operates in cycles, from the rising and setting of the sun to the changing seasons. They recognized the delicate balance of the ecosystem and the importance of living in harmony with nature. While they may not have predicted climate change as we understand it today, their warnings about the consequences of disrespecting the natural world resonate deeply in our modern era. We see the impact of climate change all around us, from extreme weather events to rising sea levels. The Mayans serve as a reminder that we are part of a delicate ecosystem, and our actions have consequences. Their predictions, though often misinterpreted, can be seen as a call to action. They remind us to pay attention to the cycles of nature, to respect the delicate balance of our planet, and to understand that our actions have long-term consequences. Think about the parallels between their prophecies and our current situation. They understood that the Earth is a finite resource, that our actions have repercussions. Their warnings, though cloaked in the language of prophecy, were a call to action for future generations. Just as the Mayans looked to the stars for guidance, we too must look to the future, considering the long-term consequences of our actions. Their predictions, though often shrouded in mystery, offer a valuable lesson about our place in the cosmos and the importance of sustainability. The Mayans may not have had all the answers, but their deep connection to the natural world and their understanding of cycles offer a valuable perspective for us today. They remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and our actions have the power to shape the future. Now let's fast forward to the Renaissance, a time of great intellectual and artistic flourishing. In this era of innovation, one man stood out with his insatiable curiosity and boundless imagination: Leonardo da Vinci. He was a painter, a sculptor, an engineer, a scientist, a true Renaissance polymath. But what truly sets da Vinci apart was his ability to envision the future, to dream of possibilities centuries ahead of his time. His notebooks are filled with sketches and designs that seem ripped from the pages of a science fiction novel. Flying machines, submarines, even robots. Da Vinci's mind was a breeding ground for technological innovation, centuries before many of these ideas would come to fruition. Imagine designing a flying machine when the only way to experience flight was to observe birds. That's the genius of Leonardo da Vinci. Consider his design for the ornithopter, a flying machine inspired by the flight of birds. While it never took to the skies in his lifetime, the underlying principles of lift and drag that he explored would later form the basis for modern aviation. His sketches weren't just flights of fancy, they were grounded in his understanding of mechanics, anatomy, and the natural world. And then, there's his design for the diving suit, a precursor to the modern scuba gear that allows us to explore the depths of the ocean. His drawings depict a leather suit with air tubes and even a rudimentary system for breathing underwater. It's a testament to his boundless curiosity and his desire to push the boundaries of human exploration. Da Vinci's notebooks weren't just collections of pretty pictures, they were blueprints for the future. His inventions, though often impractical with the technology of his time, demonstrated a keen understanding of scientific principles and a remarkable ability to envision technologies far ahead of his era. His legacy extends far beyond his artistic masterpieces. He serves as a reminder that imagination is the seed of innovation, that by daring to dream the impossible, we open up new possibilities for the future. He was a man ahead of his time, a visionary who dared to imagine a world transformed by technology. Think about the world we live in today, a world shaped by the very technologies that Da Vinci envisioned centuries ago. From airplanes soaring through the skies to submarines exploring the ocean depths, his legacy is all around us. He reminds us that the only limit to human ingenuity is the scope of our imagination. Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate futurist, teaches us that the future is not something to be predicted, but something to be created. By embracing our curiosity, by nurturing our imagination, and by daring to dream big, we can shape the future in ways that we can only begin to imagine. Chapter 4: Ancient Echoes of Time Travel. Time travel, a concept that has captivated the human imagination for centuries, appears in myths and stories across cultures. But could these ancient tales hold a grain of truth? Did ancient civilizations possess knowledge of time travel, or were these stories simply flights of fancy? The ancient Egyptians, for example, believed that certain rituals and ceremonies could transport individuals through time. Their intricate understanding of astronomy and their fascination with the afterlife suggest a culture deeply interested in the nature of time itself. They believed that time was not linear, but cyclical, with the past, present, and future interconnected. In Hinduism, the concept of yugas describes vast cycles of time, each with its own distinct characteristics. These cycles, spanning millions of years, suggest a concept of time that is far grander and more expansive than our everyday experience. Could these ancient beliefs hold clues to understanding the true nature of time? While the scientific community generally dismisses the possibility of time travel, there are some intriguing theories that suggest it might be possible, at least in theory. Einstein's theory of relativity, for example, suggests that time is relative and that it can be warped by gravity and velocity. Could advanced civilizations have discovered a way to manipulate these forces to travel through time? And then there's the concept of wormholes, theoretical tunnels that could connect distant points in space-time. While still in the realm of speculation, the existence of wormholes could potentially allow for travel through time as well as space. Could these concepts have been understood even intuitively by ancient cultures? Of course, we must approach these ancient tales with a healthy dose of skepticism. It's important to separate myth from reality, to distinguish between fantastical stories and scientific evidence. However, even if these stories are purely fictional, they speak to a deep-seated human desire to transcend the limitations of time. The idea of time travel, of being able to revisit the past or glimpse the future, continues to fascinate us. It speaks to our curiosity, our desire to understand the unknown, and our yearning to connect with other times and places. Whether a scientific possibility or a figment of our imagination, time travel continues to capture the human imagination. While we may not have cracked the code of time travel just yet, the ancient stories remind us to keep an open mind and to never stop questioning the boundaries of what we think is possible. After all, the universe is full of mysteries, and who knows what scientific discoveries await us in the future. Chapter 5. Sumerian Stargazers, Pioneers of Planetary Knowledge. Let's journey back to one of the earliest known civilizations, the Sumerians, who flourished in Mesopotamia over 5,000 years ago. These ancient innovators weren't just developing writing and mathematics, they were turning their gaze to the heavens, making astonishing observations about our solar system. Their knowledge of the planets, centuries before the invention of the telescope, raises intriguing questions about the limits of ancient knowledge. The Sumerians were meticulous record keepers, and their clay tablets are filled with astronomical observations and intricate descriptions of the celestial bodies. They identified 5 planets visible to the naked eye: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and incorporated them into their cosmology. Imagine the dedication required to track these celestial wanderers across the night sky, night after night, generation after generation, without the aid of modern technology. What's even more remarkable is that their observations weren't limited to the visible planets. Some researchers believe that the Sumerians were aware of planets beyond Saturn, planets that wouldn't be discovered until centuries later with the advent of modern astronomy. Their descriptions of a celestial body they called Nibiru, a planet with a long, elliptical orbit, have led some to speculate that they were aware of distant planets like Uranus or Neptune. Could the Sumerians have possessed knowledge that we are only now rediscovering? Did they have access to ancient wisdom, passed down through generations, that has been lost to time? These are questions that continue to intrigue historians and astronomers alike. While the scientific community remains skeptical of some of the more extraordinary claims made about Sumerian astronomy, there's no denying that their knowledge of the heavens was impressive for their time. They laid the groundwork for later astronomical traditions, influencing the Babylonians and the Greeks, who would further develop our understanding of the cosmos. Their story serves as a reminder that the quest to understand the universe is a timeless human endeavor. From the earliest civilizations to the present day, we have been driven by a desire to explore the cosmos, to unravel its mysteries, and to understand our place within this vast and intricate universe. The Sumerians, with their clay tablets and their star charts, remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is a journey without end. Their legacy lies not just in their discoveries but in their enduring curiosity, their willingness to look beyond the horizon, and their determination to push the boundaries of human understanding. As we continue to explore the cosmos with ever more powerful telescopes and sophisticated instruments, we stand on the shoulders of these ancient skywatchers. They remind us that even the most advanced technology is no substitute for human curiosity and our innate desire to explore the unknown. Chapter 6. Babylonian Astrologers, Shaping Destiny in the Stars. The Babylonians, inheritors of the Sumerian fascination with the cosmos, took celestial observation a step further, developing a system of astrology that continues to influence us today. While astronomy is the scientific study of celestial objects, astrology attempts to find meaning in the positions and movements of these objects, believing they influence human affairs. Imagine yourself in ancient Babylon, gazing up at the night sky, a vast tapestry of stars stretching across the heavens. The Babylonians believed that the movements of these celestial bodies weren't just random occurrences, but were messages from the gods, signs that could be interpreted to understand events on Earth. They developed elaborate systems of divination, using the positions of the stars and planets to predict everything from weather patterns to the fate of kings. They were pioneers in developing the zodiac, a system that divides the celestial sphere into 12 constellations, each associated with specific personality traits and life paths. The Babylonian zodiac, with its familiar signs like Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, forms the basis for the horoscopes that many people still consult today, seeking insights into their personality and destiny. While the scientific basis for astrology has been largely debunked, its enduring popularity speaks to a deep human desire to find meaning and order in the universe. The Babylonians, with their intricate system of celestial divination, tapped into this desire, offering a way to understand the complexities of life through the movements of the stars. Their legacy is evident in the language we use to describe celestial events. Words like disaster, which originally referred to an unfavorable position of a star or planet, and influence, which comes from the Latin influxus meaning flowing in, reflect the Babylonian belief that celestial bodies could influence events on Earth. While we may no longer interpret the movements of the stars as messages from the gods, the Babylonian fascination with astrology reminds us of the enduring human desire to understand our place in the cosmos. Their legacy lives on in the language we use, the symbols we recognize, and the enduring popularity of horoscopes, a testament to the enduring power of celestial fascination. The Babylonians, with their star charts and their astrological predictions, remind us that the human imagination has no bounds when it comes to understanding the universe. Their story serves as a reminder that science and mythology are often intertwined, and that the quest to understand the cosmos is as much a human story as it is a scientific one. Chapter 7: Greek Myths and the Seeds of Artificial Intelligence. Let's travel to ancient Greece, a land of myths and legends where gods walked among mortals and fantastic creatures roamed the land. But amidst the tales of heroes and monsters, we find intriguing hints of technological marvels, foreshadowing inventions that wouldn't exist for centuries. The Greeks, with their fertile imaginations, envisioned machines that could think and act independently, planting the seeds for what we now call artificial intelligence. Consider the story of Talos, a giant bronze automaton created by the god Hephaestus. This mythical being, tasked with guarding the island of Crete, was one of the earliest examples of a robot in literature. Talos, with his ability to move, think, and act autonomously, captures the essence of artificial intelligence long before the technology existed to create such a being. The myth of Pygmalion, a sculptor who falls in love with his creation, a statue named Galatea, explores the complex relationship between creator and creation, a theme that resonates deeply in the age of artificial intelligence. Pygmalion's desire to bring his creation to life foreshadows our own attempts to create machines that can think and feel like humans. These ancient myths, while often dismissed as mere fantasy, offer intriguing glimpses into the human imagination and our enduring fascination with creating artificial life. The Greeks, with their tales of automatons and living statues, were grappling with the ethical and philosophical implications of artificial intelligence centuries before the technology became a reality. Their stories serve as a reminder that the quest to understand consciousness, to create artificial life, is not a new one. It is a quest that has captivated humans for millennia, inspiring countless myths, stories, and works of art. The Greeks, with their vivid imaginations and their philosophical inquiries, laid the groundwork for our modern fascination with artificial intelligence. Their myths, though often fantastical, encourage us to consider the potential consequences of creating artificial beings, questioning what it means to be human, and exploring the ethical implications of our technological creations. The Greeks, with their timeless stories, remind us that the most profound questions about technology are often philosophical ones. As we continue to develop increasingly sophisticated artificial intelligence, it is important to remember the lessons of these ancient myths. The Greeks, with their tales of hubris and unintended consequences, remind us that technological progress should be tempered with wisdom, foresight, and a deep respect for the complexities of life. Their stories serve as a cautionary tale, urging us to approach the development of artificial intelligence with a sense of responsibility, recognizing that our creations have the potential to both benefit and challenge what it means to be human. Echoes of the past, visions of the future. Thanks for watching. It's incredible to see how ancient civilizations' ideas have shaped our present and will continue to influence our future. From medical innovations to celestial predictions, their insights continue to resonate with us today. As we stand on the precipice of new discoveries, let's remember the lessons of the past and embrace the possibilities of the future. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.